matchless color of Saint-Tropez and the silky skin to go with it.
And he got really scared because I was being really fucking aggressive toward him. He's like, I don't like the way you're talking to me right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I was in a car accident.
Lash Mascara by Maybelline.
So yeah, anyway, there you go, guys. That's that saga of my life.
I am impressed by the number of people that just were down to have sex in your car.
His car was probably nicer than where we lived at the time.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Because I think something that we've never spoken about on this is the piss and shit house. They're
not ready for that yet.
You don't think they're ready?
I actually like this. So this is is this the worst place you've ever lived? What's the worst place everybody has ever lived?
Worst living conditions. It was a fine house.
Wait.
Like worst conditions.
Did you think it was the worst place you've ever lived?
Worst conditions,
by far.
Not by friendship.
By far.
I loved it there.
Into the avalanche. He lowered an avalanche on him. Jadoin laying in the ring. Bundy comes up and look at this splash, Jack. Pancake City right there.
Give me the room.
Too.
Give me the room. Don't let him do this to me.
Yeah.
Do you hear him?
I can't.
Give me the room.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
He can't keep getting away with this.
I loved like the memories and the friends, but it was a dog shit place. It was hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
It was hell.
It was hell. I would
we
sleep
didn't
over
have
there.
water.
How do you get up after something like that? When 458 pounds come splashing down.
Oh! How did we get that?
Welcome to the yard, everybody. Today we're...
All right. We'll be back with more right after we take this commercial break.
And I didn't know what they were. They were just like plastic. And then
dude.
Slime walks over. He's like, oh, dude, you see I got shelving units.
Dude, I was so hyped. So they're called nested bins, all right?
Experts will be there to give you tips on playing hacky sack and frisbee. Check it out. The hack.
Well, let's be clear. Also, this house was like a trap house. Dude.
It was like a trap house, yeah.
The garage
It really
was literally called the Dabratory.
I remember
Yeah.
Miles, we were driving somebody home and they're like, oh, I gotta take a shower before my flight. He's like, just shower in the trap.
It's a widely held belief that men who wear Le Tigre sportswear get widely held.
Why are you guys laughing? This is how Italian chairs work.
It's like how Tom and Jerry happens. And you put the bins in the thing, and they go pretty deep, and you can label them, and you can we can arrange all our gear, Ludwig. And it came with a catalog of bin shit, so I can get more bins.
Yeah. That's so sick.
Yeah. It is
wow. Not a shortage. That's good.
This is like when I showed you the fucking QuickBook.
He gets so pumped about shelves and bins and all that.
I do get pumped about that.
So
hey, I was into the QuickBooks. Let me get high and tell me about bins for an hour.
You need to eat a gummy before you can appreciate fine organization.
September 17th at the Blossom Music Festival in Cleveland. September 19th at the...
We had a day where we had 9
dark-colored.
people in the house at once. We were housing people for a Smash tournament, and I'll never forget this. Miles comes up to me, our friend from Australia, and he was staying with us at the time. He comes up and he goes, hey, the wall is hot. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the wall, I'm touching it, and it feels hot. And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, that's fun. I don't know. It's hot in the house. He's like, no, really hot. It's burning my hand. And I'm like, oh shit. And I go over and I'm looking at the wall. I'm like, looks normal to me. Touch it. It's scalding hot. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I put my ear up to it. I don't touch it, but I put my ear up to it, and I just hear.
He again has established a jab.
Feel great.
I remember some stuff from that stuck with me for a while. And then I don't know if this really counts, but you know how you'd be at school and people would just rip SpongeBob quotes all the time.
I'm ready.
That is, I'm going to say it, the worst quote.
There's just a hot water valve that burst and is just emptying into our home. So I'm like,
is that above the sink?
Fuck, it's on the staircase that goes up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because there's that big hole forever.
So I'm like, oh fuck, our house is gonna flood. Oh shit. So I call the water company. I'm like, please shut off our water, or our house is gonna flood. They shut it off. And then our fucking landlord, who lived in China and never responded to emails, I email him incessantly over and over again. And I'm like, our water doesn't work. Please do something about this.
Available on LP 9 cents after $1 rebate Friday, Saturday.
To be
Then I'm
fair,
into it.
I wasn't psyched before you order those shelves in our office. We put all the merch samples we get on these shelves now. They're fucking great.
I love them.
So I should get behind this, but I do think it's funny that you pick like such like random like small things to be like very excited about.
It's
because of their utility, I feel
well, it's more like I have to live a life where I am constantly, I check in on Ludwig and I'm like, is that thing going to be a pain in my ass? And he's like, yup.
He finally replies, and he's like, yeah, so the water's just going to be off for a while, and I'm going to send someone out to fix it. So we had 3 days where 9 people were in the same home with no water. That's no showers, no flushing toilets.
Yeah, I like that one, man. What? I like that one. Everybody was
being in
doing
the
that
lunch
one.
line and saying, I'm ready, and then looking over at your friends like, from SpongeBob.
Like somebody.
You know who gave it to me? Wendy's.
During the same period, the downstairs toilet was broken.
Whole time.
And we wrote almost the entire time we lived there.
Yeah, I have no. Yeah.
Because someone broke the chain that pulls the plunger up and flushes the toilet. So no matter
Pretty
what,
easy fix.
pretty easy fix. All of us were
No
lazy,
one ever did it.
and we wrote a sign that sat above the toilet that said, "Do not shit or piss in this toilet. It does not work." But the amount of people who would come through this home high off their ass. I'll tell a story of one man named Yosemite Dabs. That was his gamer tag. Who once came through and took 9 dabs in our living room.
So when I finally am granted some sort of control or agency over this chaos, I disproportionately am like, this is the best day of
Pumped
my life.
about it.
Right?
It solves everything.
I am basically an abused worker in an abusive workplace.
Hey, welcome.
Put her there.
Maybe don't shake his hand.
Oh,
on
by
that.
the way, I will bring this
That's
up.
an exhibit in that
Dude,
case.
I was actually mad at you. I want you to know this.
Why?
Ludwig.
Oh, are you talking about the tickets?
Ludwig bought
Let me
tickets.
explain this, okay? Because I think this is crazy.
How did you fuck this up,
This
dude?
is the craziest thing I've ever done, and I will have to reevaluate some processes I take. So
I hope, like Kaylin says, wake up to your life.
let me give some context.
The process of living.
They're actually high.
There would
Anyway.
just constantly be people like Yosemite Dabs who would go into our guest bathroom and then just shit in it.
Yeah.
And then come out and be like,
Wait.
so the toilet in there isn't flushing.
Yeah.
What do I do? And now I'm like, is this my fucking job?
The bathroom stuff reminded me because my worst living situation in terms of hygiene was probably the apartment I lived in the year after I moved out of the dorm. So it was 7 of us in a 4-bedroom apartment that was probably like 1,200 square feet. I want to say so.
That's
It's
pretty
it's
fucking
really
tiny.
How many
compact.
people?
Very
We're
tiny.
7.
Oh,
We're doubling
very
up in
tiny.
rooms.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I had the smallest room. I was the only one who had a
Is
solo
this your
room.
Europe place? Is that your Europe thing?
Europe thing?
The Germans and
No.
Okay.
This is a
BDSM
this is a
and
lease I had.
You
This
lived
is
there
when
for
I
a
lived in
year.
Seattle.
shit
I lived
on
here
the
in a
floor.
full
eat
year.
the shit,
Oh my
eat the
God.
shit,
Yeah.
eat the shit. He's a
It
German
was
guy.
called.
I got these tickets for the Pats game, but I also got some more tickets specifically for Cutie's family. Her father's a big Cowboys fan for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he's from there. And so I was like, okay, I'll surprise them with Cowboys tickets, and I'll take the initiative and I'll find these tickets. So I email and I'm like, hey, I want sweet tickets. They get back to me pretty promptly. And I'm like, this is the game I want. And I do this thing. I have a bad habit.
When you
Don't. No. I want to hear shame in your voice.
I have a bad habit of replying to emails really early.
Off the top. Look at this one.
the apartments are called Pacific Sunrise. We
Right.
just called it Pac Sun. And
I love their jeans.
Yeah. That's a different thing, just so you know.
yeah, I
He
do.
doesn't know, he's
I
Canadian.
learned that later, actually.
Store.
I didn't know that at the time.
Store.
I wanted to go to the January 2nd game. It's the Cardinals versus the Cowboys. I accidentally replied and signed a DocuSign to go
Wait,
to
it was the wrong date
a
even?
wrong game.
I didn't even know this.
Yes.
This is in fact less crazy than what else he missed in this DocuSign that you sign your fucking name on.
And often it became my job to fix the toilet.
One of the times I went over there was with one of the best Luigi players in Arizona, and he was underage and he drank a lot, and then it was one of his first times I think drinking that much, and he just threw up everywhere on the floor. And Nick, again, he doesn't drink, he never drinks, and so he's always the sober guy, and everyone just gets fucked up. It's a trap house, basically. Everyone's either high or drunk, and Nick's sober every time. So he just like comes out and he's like a sim, and he's like, "Oh, what am I doing? Oh,
Dude, yeah.
And this is some extra context. This is off the back of like I'm very pissed off because we had just deep cleaned the entire house for the one time of year we actually do that.
Yeah.
And then it was like it's like in the movies when it's like all clean, and then a fucking bull comes in the house and kicks everything over.
It's like Mother. It's
yes,
like,
yes. I was
and Nick is Jennifer Lawrence.
I was Jennifer Lawrence and Mother, and I'm just like, guys, let's just keep everything clean. They're like, yeah, we got it. I turn around, turn back, and they're fucking pissing on the wall and shitting everywhere.
I signed my name to the wrong tickets. And these tickets, when I read the email, was $5,400. And I remember telling you about this because I also bought new tickets for the real game that cost like another, whatever, $7,000, $8,000. I was spending like, tens of thousands of dollars on these tickets. And then I'm talking to Slime about how I want to do this charity giveaway. And I'm like, how much money do I have in the account? And
Amazon. Yeah.
And he's like, okay, yeah, let me look.
And I open up a credit card statement because we have a card with like a really high limit. And I'm looking through the statement and I'm like, our limit, we've spent like $70,000. And I was like, what? And I start clicking through. I'm like, this can't be right.
Dude,
like,
what?
Because it's his card, right? It's like, it's the Ludwig card and he does whatever. And then I pick up the pieces later. So I don't look at the statement until the final, like, to the end of the month. So I look at the credit card statement and there's a purchase for $54,000. $54,000.
Dude, what?
Dude,
I think the thing for people who don't know or aren't like deep in the Smash community, this is a common thing with Smasher houses.
Yeah.
Is they become extremely degenerate, similar to like a frat, but with like less machismo. And
It's just that no one can afford to pay full rent anywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone likes playing
and
Melee.
everybody only likes playing Melee. They don't clean their dishes.
Yeah.
They smoke a lot of weed.
Yep.
And this carried over to my living arrangements where even only like part of the people were Smashers. And we would have friends who lived in the same complex just kind of like walk in and out of our apartment freely. And then we'd have one of our roommates like would have a friend over all the time. A different roommate had his girlfriend over all the time. So in this apartment, there's usually 9 to 11 people.
Jesus
just
Christ.
all the time.
How many
And this
bedrooms was it?
4.
Dude, I bet there's like a capacity, a weight capacity in that building,
Yeah.
and you were over it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this place is becoming increasingly disgusting. And we're on the top floor of this apartment building, and there's one other apartment across from us that and we're the only 2 on the top floor. And we'd host these parties with the girls in the apartment across from us because we became friends with them, and we called it the penthouse party because it was just the top of the building. And this is a super compact space, split even with 2 apartments, right? And we would invite a lot of people over. And we did this like a few times. And after one of them, someone had like destroyed one of the bathrooms. They had vomited all over the floor. And this is everywhere. Didn't bother to clean it up, right? And we didn't know about it that evening. And then the next bathroom over, there's only 2. Someone has shattered some glass object in the room so that the entire floor of the bathroom is covered in big shards of glass.
Die Hard.
My
Just like
roommate, Utah, he wakes up first.
Wait, is that like
his name is Utah?
He's Japanese. And his name is like YUTA.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, that's so different.
Yeah, so not like the state.
A fucking Point Break reference.
You say it. No, you say it like the state, but it's
my friend's Utah and War Child.
So he
me,
wakes
Utah,
up first
John
that
Deere,
morning,
we all hanging out.
and he's really got to pee, right?
Yeah.
He goes to one bathroom, covered in vomit.
And it's the Joker standing in front of both doors going like, if you pick one door, shit will come to you. But the other you will be spiked for life.
He like opens it, he's like, ah! Runs down the hall. Ah!
Exactly. No, he goes to the other bathroom. It's covered in glass. And he's like, Jesus fuck, man, like I have to make the hardest choice of my life. I have to either like walk over the vomit or walk on the vomit or walk on the glass.
Yeah, I go glass.
And to take his piss because Lord knows he's not going to clean it up. And he makes his choice. But that would be a recurring theme across like all the parties we would have hosted.
What did he pick?
I actually don't even remember.
Wow.
Can you get into contact with him and ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
Find out for us.
And we're still like pretty good friends. We like keep up like every few months.
We only wounded him.
That bag can win.
It was okay. It was Smash Fest.
There was a lot of traffic,
but there was a lot of people who just like lived in the area who like played Smash, but their friends didn't, and they would invite them, and there would just be
dude. Some of those guys, bro.
Some of those guys. Oh, I'll never fucking forget Roy because he'll never watch this. I'll never fucking forget Roy. And it was crazy because I was like, hey, there's a character in this video game we're playing. That's your name, and he was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. At some point,
tell him what Roy kept saying.
I'm sitting on this couch next to Roy. Roy does not play Super Smash Brothers, but everyone around him does. So he's sitting there, baked out of his fucking mind, just watching us play, telling miscellaneous stories that are all terrible. I can't remember to this day what exactly he said, but he made some sort of joke that was like homoerotic, some like homoerotic joke, and then he goes, oh, but I'm not gay, guys. He's looking around and I'm like just playing Melee. I'm not even listening to his story. I'm like, oh, that's fine, like, even if you are, I don't care, whatever. He's like, I'm not and he's like tapping my leg. He's like, I swear, dude, I swear
I'm not getting wrong.
He sounds like Kyle Mooney.
Yes, he's literally like every Kyle character, and I'm like, dude, if you are, I don't mind.
What? Me, dude?
I'm like,
no, dude, I've never.
And at the time,
dick? Bro, I've never sucked any dick.
MTV Music News. If it's
We would have people over like I remember one night our friend Nolan passed out, and in the morning we discovered, and he couldn't remember this, that he wrote a cryptic message in the mirror because you know how mirrors like fog up and you can write something in it?
God.
He wrote his friend, my roommate Ben was like his closest friend in the house, and he had written in his blackout state, "Help me, Ben," in the mirror.
At times like these, having the best...
He read a DocuSign with a date to buy tickets from this company that sells premium tickets for both the wrong date and for what he thought he didn't see all the zeros at the end. He skimmed it and didn't see that it was 10 times the amount, and so he bought tickets that he could not go to. 54 grand.
You thought that it was 5,400.
The tickets I told you about were 54 grand.
But he didn't know that until
even when you were sad about this, when you talked to me about it, it was only when it was 5,400.
I talked to him after I found out that it was the
Holy
wrong
shit.
tickets for the wrong game, and I was like, I'm out 5,400. And I was out 54 grand.
Dude, how do you do that?
I don't know.
You misclicked 50 grand.
I was mad. I was mad for a couple reasons. I was like, one, this is insane. Like, you just can't make mistakes like this. This is an entire like human being salary that, because we're hiring people like that could conceivably be.
That's almost my salary.
At the time, there's like a gay person, like and a bisexual person who both live there. I'm like, dude, like a lot of our friends here are gay. We don't care. It's
like, please stop telling me.
And he's like, oh no, man, I'm not gay, man. Like literally, like Kyle, it was crazy.
Put everyone in line. I'm the straightest.
Dude, I don't even like hot dogs, dude.
I can't even eat popsicles without fucking because it's so gay.
Get personified.
So I'm gonna close out the house we were talking about because it's just it's so related to what you said. On the notion of broken glass on the floor.
Oh, thank God, because I would have brought it
up. Yeah. So.
Number two, I told you not to buy this shit on the company card. I told you to do that, not to do that, and you just did it anyway. So it's like, what's going on? Why? I'm getting mad again. I'll come back down, but it's like, why? It's like, why don't you just
He did say. I was also there for when he told you that.
Like,
I do remember that.
But you did it. But you just did it anyway, and it's like you could just not do it.
Same trip and the same guarantee.
I won't name any names, but we had a friend who would come over to that house who was just high all the time, just so fucking high all the time. And one time, in the laboratory, which was our garage where they would do dabs.
Dude, there was so much trash and debris in that garage.
The laboratory was just a garage where people who had lived in this home and then moved out and never cared to come get their garbage left it. But there was just like generations of that.
Dude, there were like fishing poles and
there
like,
was like
Xbox 360.
There's like couches.
Crazy.
There's like couches that like no one knows whose couch it was first, but they would use it to smoke weed on. And
Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the official scoring.
Like, but you could just like be nice to me. It's not nice to me because you just ignored me.
I might have bought it before I asked you.
No, that's not true. Because I've said this before about tickets. I've literally said this about tickets before.
The new California law about entertainment expenses,
like,
I believe.
Because Texas,
he cited it a few times.
Texas laws might change.
It made me
California company though.
And you knew I was mad because I didn't freak out. I was like, okay, well, this is a big enough problem to where the first thing we got to do is fucking solve it.
Yeah, what you're talking about?
yeah, so we're here in Italy.
Tell you what, go get a new chair. We'll bring it in, and you go get a new chair. You fucking just large motherfucker.
Do you want that one?
At some point, this very high man's that we knew goes into the laboratory, is smoking a bong up next to our washing machine, drops it, and shatters the entire bong on the garage floor.
Yeah.
This is a place where people often are walking barefoot to smoke weed. And so he, like a normal person, looks down at the bong and goes, oh, shit, that's a problem. Looks around at his immediate surroundings. It's like he has fog and he can only see 3 feet around him.
He's low food right now.
And he's like, he's low food. Like he's like losing health in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And then he looks over. He's like, blanket. And he grabs a towel, like a beach towel, and then he lays it over the glass. All the shattered shards of glass from an entire bong with bong water. He just puts it over and then goes, okay, and then walks back into the house and plays Melee.
And didn't tell anyone.
Doesn't tell a soul.
They're even in New.
So we like start working. I try to find him. I can't find him. There's like SeatGeek shit like that.
It actually blew because this is Christmas Eve when I find out that this is the problem.
And the game's in like 2 days.
Yeah, the game's in 2 days, and I go to the site and I managed to pull them up, but it won't let me sell them.
Yeah.
And I sent an email to customer support, and I'm like, that they're not getting back to me. It's Christmas Eve.
It's literally Christmas Eve right
Their
now.
numbers are
you missed
off.
the window.
It's only email. I missed the window.
Wait, so how?
So it turns into a beautiful Christmas miracle.
Did Cutie's family still go?
What happened?
Split decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's the fattest in
You're
the room.
the fat one now.
Yeah, you're a
fucking fat
gigantic, huge
It's just
boy.
a staple. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, and for all future things we talk about this place, like these are the types of people who are coming through.
Yeah, man.
Dude, there's just so many. It's funny how similar stories there are with places like this. Like, there's all these like smash houses that have become these halfway houses for just like random people to just stop through and kind of like be degenerates in. Like, and you know what's really funny is if you delve into like regional lore of Smash communities, they all have like versions of these houses.
Yeah.
Like in Washington, it's like
there's a
Puck House.
million stories.
SoCal also had like the balcony.
Oh my god.
And there's just like so many versions of these stories. And everybody has these like the Roy of their like community, like some guy who was just there that day. And
what about you? Did you ever? I mean, you're from nice little New Hampshire Bears.
There's Poop House.
New Hampshire. I just live with my mom.
Yeah, did she get crazy or wild or what? She
Yeah,
had a huge pussy.
So we dabbed a bit, like for sure.
No, we'd wait for Ludwig to leave.
Your mom and your sister are just like, hey, kiddo.
Yeah.
What, you have a nightmare?
Big time smoking with my mom.
I flew up.
I threw up.
Nope, it isn't a sheep or a camel. It's an alpaca from Peru. And though he's all wool and a yard wide, his IQ is X minus. He's a regular mutton head.
Ooh, you know he's in the doghouse because he made a spreadsheet. Ooh,
I was like,
he never makes a spreadsheet.
I was
but
like,
he did it for
I
me.
want to give away like 10 to 15K. That was my goal. I thought it'd be, you know, nice Christmas cheer, yada
Amazon
yada
stuff.
Away like 70.
Well, I end up giving away every single ticket to the suite. It was insane. I put a tweet out that was like, hey, if you happen to live in Dallas, I have some tickets. And a bunch of people, like, you know, dozens and dozens of people came forward. And so it ended up being a suite of just Ludbuds at the game. And I got a few pictures, and it was very cute.
That's kind of tight.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
actually
so
kind of
glad.
tight.
It was actually really heartwarming, even though it was by pure circumstance that it
No,
was
no,
able to
no,
happen that way.
not circumstance. Call it what it is, Ludwig.
By pure failure on
Incompetence.
my part.
Incompetence
is a harsh word. Tell the person we're renting from that a fat American sat in it.
I had this bit at the old house where I'd go up to Eamon and I'd be like, oh, you're a little fat boy, you fat boy, and I'd like run up to him like a goblin.
I hated this bit.
Why, he'll stand to be sheared as patiently as the stupidest sheep that was ever fleeced.
You guys,
It's accurate.
It's fun to look back on now. Maybe even not that fun, but I swear to God, I was gonna sit him down and have a talk and be like, "You can't do shit like this. I can't handle it. Ethically, I cannot handle
Christmas
this."
cheer.
We hired Nick Yingling, and I was like, "Damn, that's one Nick Yingling."
He would do that like Gollum, and he would get down on like close to all fours
Yeah.
like Gollum. And like chase me around the house.
That's insane.
And I'm not kidding. It evokes some like primal fear in me.
Yeah, he really hates it.
It's disturbing.
Well, we spread Christmas cheer.
He's just on the bed in the hotel room on his phone looking at that thread. He's like, God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
God bless us all.
I've never even been out of Oklahoma before.
That guy once in my own home told me to get up and shut the front door. Like, the front door of our house was open, and he was like, go close that.
That's some shit Aiden would do.
And I was like, I looked at him and I said, you just tell me to go shut my own door? I was so confused.
What is that?
Dude.
What was that stray bullet, dude?
Got him, coach.
He's still reeling from the car accident. Don't be mean.
My God, I won the contest.
Now she's been all over the planet.
I was there.
Ludwig, it's not time to lie. It's just tell the truth and I won't be mad. I'm your dad now.
Mary Briggs.
There he goes again. What have you got under there, a girlfriend? I suppose you have a girlfriend.
No, Minnie.
Hear that, Lorraine? He's available.
Exaggerate it times 10. Now times 1,000. I'm sure the point is much easier for you to grasp once we have eliminated all the fine points of detail, truth, and meaning. We have already established the fact that you cannot leave well enough alone. Destruction by stampede. The herd cometh and the herd taketh away all that is real, natural, and beautiful, and put in its place stink and scum. Come one, come all, as long as you have nothing to say and a very loud voice to say it in, and at least 10 to 10,000 other idiots who continually insist on assisting you in your perpetual search for all that is selfish and vain and, of course, financially lucrative.